Just under 4 years ago, a literal Chad who goes by the surname Caruso achieved an undoubtedly historic feat, traversing all 50 states in the Union in 50 days in a Mercury Grand Marquis, and on top of that, landing a new skate trick he's personally never done before at each stop, all the while vlogging, editing, and uploading his progress on an almost daily basis. On one hand, taking on such a challenge could be argued as being a pointless undertaking, but it's also entertaining, and objectively speaking, a variety of quantifiable achievements can be measured from Chad's efforts. Viewership is one such measure. Caruso's endeavor flew under the radar as far as YouTube visibility is concerned, with all 50 uploads from each state accumulating a grand total of just over 600,000 views as of today. One might think that such an effort would create a sort of snowball effect in terms of view counts and subscriber growth, but viewership trended down throughout the series to only spike on the final Hawaii video, which was the third most viewed upload of the 50 at 18,000. To be fair, Chad's uploads from the series were averaging 12K views per video, which is actually higher than the amount of subscribers he had at the time. In terms of highest single view count, the first upload from Maine is still the most watched of the 50 at nearly 28,000 views. Montana was dead last, and was the 47th state in Caruso's travels, accumulating less viewership than second to last South Dakota, with just over 9,100 views. Chad's uploads averaged a 99.5% like to dislike ratio across the 50 states vids, and Caruso even achieved the rare feat of avoiding any dislikes on one of his uploads via the Nevada stop. Purist viewers punished Chad with a nearly 2% dislike rating on the 37th upload from Nebraska, where Caruso unfortunately did touch his heel quite egregiously on the Nollie Laser NBD.
I'm psyched on that one.
And once again, albeit a little less harshly, in the 5th video from Rhode Island, where he actually rolled away from 2 NBDs.
That was to nose pick to fakie. That's a new one, but that wasn't exactly what I was trying.
But the cab nose blunt he was originally aiming for had some iffy footing. Caruso shared in his interview with Jenkum, the latter of whom wasted no time in getting to the important questions, indicated that these less than desirable outcomes in terms of how he felt about landing the tricks were part of the battles he had to deal with. At the end of the day, getting a relatively unnoticeable bump in dislikes for a couple toe touches is a small sacrifice to make in achieving the greater goal of getting through 50 states in 50 days. And the fact that pretty much only 2 were sketchy out of his 84 landed tricks, yeah, that's right, 84, is impressive. All 50 videos played together have a total runtime of over 7 hours, and the average video length of any given upload in the series was a little under 8.5 minutes. Alaska, the second to last upload, was the longest video at a little over 12 minutes, and Montana just so happened to be the shortest video at 4 minutes 40 seconds. Taking Chad at his word, the 59 unique tricks that he successfully landed were allegedly NBDs, and were heavily comprised of transition, with nearly 95% of his landed tricks coming from quarter pipes ranging in height from about 3 to 8 feet. 84 total makes on NBDs were depicted in the series, with the half-cab blunt stall big spin significantly leading the list of an individual trick being landed the most times at 7 total in North Dakota. 81% of the 74 quarter pipe tricks involved some type of trick before the base trick on coping, and over 40% of those were some type of flip trick in, with kickflips leading the charge at 6 total instances, thanks to a blunt kickflip fakie in New York, a kickflip backside nose pick in North Carolina, a kickflip blunt, and a kickflip blunt kickflip in South Carolina, and 2 kickflip 5-0s to fakie in Georgia. The kickflip blunt flip fakie on the 4-foot quarter pipe in South Carolina was the only flip-in flip-out trick Caruso did in the series, arguably putting that trick from his 18th stop in the higher tiers, if not leading the ranks of hardest tricks he landed. Instead of just awarding the South Carolina trick the highest difficulty award because it had 2 flip tricks, it might be better to base difficulty on the number of attempts per trick. Caruso did include a portion of the missed attempts in each upload to highlight the process of trial and error in landing each trick, but it's been confirmed that not all tries are included in each vid. The 50th and final upload from Hawaii might have included every try, considering the 75 attempts depicted in the video took 90 minutes.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, it was an hour and a half.
Equating to a believably realistic ratio of 1 try every 1.2 minutes. The average number of tries from the rest of the series is a mere 11 attempts per NBD, so using the Hawaii rate to roughly estimate the uploads that were edited down, it's likely that the 46th stop in Idaho was Chad's toughest day of the trip skating-wise. In Idaho, wet ground forced Caruso to change the obstacle and trick selection 3 times, with the combination of tries from the fakie front 1 feeble 180, nollie back 3 rock, and eventually successful nollie backtail big spin tallying over an estimated 125 tries from that session alone, putting it ahead of Hawaii and any other stop for that matter.
So good! Oh my god. That was by far the hardest day yet. That was intense. I can't put that whole battle in there, but that was about hour and 15, hour and a half of attempts on only that trick. I'm gonna try the other trick for, I don't know, probably 45 minutes.
It's no surprise that the day after Idaho contributed to Montana's short run length, and most likely the least challenging stop for Caruso when he landed the switch alley-oop front Smith in an estimated 15 tries or less. West Virginia is an outlier in the sense that Chad admitted he'd been trying a trick for 3 hours, but had to stop and recharge his phones multiple times, battling a switch front 5-0 to switch crook before deciding to switch to a nollie back big spin disaster Smith on what was depicted as the first try, meaning that technically that was the easiest trick of the whole trip via the way it was edited.
I literally tried that switch 5-0 to switch crook for 3 hours. I decided to just try to get another trick, so I ended up getting a nollie big spin disaster to Smith to regular.
The Georgia stop was probably the luckiest state for Caruso, but simultaneously where he made the worst, greediest decisions to continue skating amid the daunting amount of remaining travel in front of him. Chad landed the nollie front heel tail stall revert 3rd try in Georgia right before the rain. Then later that same day landed the kickflip 5-0 stall to fakie 2nd try, but decided to attempt a second make of the kickflip 5-0 fakie, requiring way more than 2 more tries, and likely hindering what would have been a less punishing battle for the switch 185-0 grind fakie in Florida the next day. All in all, Chad Caruso physically exerted himself to the tune of an estimated 3,000 plus total attempts in landing way more than 50 NBDs across all 50 states within a 50-day time frame. The fact that he didn't get injured is a testament to how well Caruso knows his own limits, and the near real-time uploads of each day speaks to Chad's discipline in committing to his plan. Lazy is one thing Chad is definitely not, and as stated at the outset of this edit, history in one form or another was made upon the completion of Caruso's self-made challenge, all the while providing some wholesome entertainment for a community that supported him along the way. There are other intangibles in each upload that enhanced the viewing experience of Chad's travels, including the ad hoc social interactions Caruso had in each state, as well as the content creator's ability to somehow have fun in the midst of such a foreboding quest, highlighting this individual's uncommon ability to truly live in the moment. As for criticism, even though they're all hard and dangerous stunts, 74 quarter pipe tricks in a different skate park / backyard from more than 80% of the states saturated the otherwise brilliant idea behind the challenge. Although one thing we learned from Chad's videos is that there's actually at least one skate park in every state, including Delaware.
Hi, I'm in Delaware.
It's understandable why Caruso chose the safe route of landing his NBDs at skate parks in order to more reliably achieve his goal, but I would agree with the comments suggesting this challenge would have been even spicier had Chad took to the streets in each state, or at least some states that have famous spots, instead of landing quarter pipe trick after quarter pipe trick with only the background changing in each new upload. The slob fast plant in Oklahoma halfway through the challenge was an interesting change-up to revitalize the monotony of transition tricks, and my biased personal favorite, although riddled with illegality, was the switch frontside flip body varial on flat in 28th Stop, Missouri. Apart from respecting Chad's hustle in getting this done, it hopefully also opens the door for similar achievements to be conquered, like someone filming a part with a clip in every state. In the YouTube skateboarding arena, Chad's vlog style places him amongst peers who make similar content like talking head ripper Ben DeGrow, mixed with the challenge-centric Johnny Geiger. As if the 50 States challenge wasn't enough, 4 years later, Chad Caruso plans on pushing his skateboard across the states in roughly the same time frame as the 50-day challenge, starting from Venice Beach and ending in Virginia Beach.